All right, checking settings real quick. All right, that works. Everything works. Good. All right. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. Interesting day in the market. It is Wednesday, August 3rd, 2022. It's 1:41 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. That's Pacific Standard Time at the moment. Okay, BitcoinDailyView.com. A lot of things I mentioned, links to there. All right, looking at the Bitcoin trading volume right now, it is 4 billion, basically 4.3 billion. That is not bad. That is definitely enough to continue sideways or start dumping. I'm sorry, that's enough to continue sideways or continue a move up. We did fail to break through the 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart. We're going to look at that as we rock through this. But in general, Bitcoin's doing pretty good, pretty strong sideways, not bad. All right, at the moment. Looking at FinViz here, S&P 500, NASDAQ, Dow, all incredible today, especially the S&P 500, which is kind of, in Bitcoin, kind of 90% correlates to the S&P 500. So we're up 1.56 today on the S&P 500. That is really a good day for the index. Looking at the S&P 500, kind of looking at everything in it, not a bad day at all. If you're Microsoft, Apple, Google, Nvidia, home of insider trading at the Senate level, if you know what I'm talking about. Amazon's doing good. Tesla's doing good. Meta, I'm not sure how Meta's doing good. It supposedly lost like 5 billion or something like that. Anyway, whatever. Meta. Anyway, it's up, even though it seems to be losing tons of money. Anyway, tech sector doing okay. Let's keep rocking through this. Looking at, this is interesting. Oil today. On the daily chart, oil has broken below the 200 moving average on the daily. That definitely is a bearish sign for oil and a good sign for us. It's coming in at $90 a barrel. Not bad at all. Let's see how that rolls. Maybe it'll make a 314 bounce around like 86 or so. Let's see how that goes. Oil dropping in price. That oftentimes kind of worries me. I know that sounds weird, but I don't see why it would be. So I feel more comfortable when oil is actually moving up than when it's moving down, because moving down is definitely like, I don't know, dumping our strategic reserves into the fray, into the public sector, basically, or something like that. I don't trust oil to be dumping in price. So anyway, I take that as a weird sign. Anyway, US dollar, DXY strength index yesterday had a big old green candle, bounced off the 50 moving average today. It has wicked above the 20 WMA. Anyway, dollar strength index has been dumping recently, last couple of days. But yesterday, definitely a pump. Today, kind of a indecisive doji, as you can see, which is allowing the market to do things. S&P 500 green candle today above the 20 WMA and the 50 moving average. That is really nice. Maybe we'll get a challenge of the 200 soon. I love to see this thing. Actually, I love seeing it above 4,000. That's kind of a psychological barrier above and below right now. So it's coming in at 4,155. Not bad at all. Tech 100, US Tech 100. Nice green candle today. I like that. Gold here on the left and silver on the right. Both had kind of a dump yesterday, but they have been moving up. Moving up last couple of days. Yesterday was a bit of a dump, mainly because of the dollar strength index pumping, which means evil's winning in the world and all good things stop happening. So anyway, yesterday a dump for gold and silver, but today they're actually holding on to those recent gains. So nice. Gold and silver still strong, even with the dump yesterday. Here's one of the things I want to mention real quick as we rock through this, because if we're talking about the market in general, one thing that I think is definitely affecting it is this. Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. From a kind of non-biased, non-partisan perspective, this looks like the administration needed some kind of a PR win, and so they sent her. And basically, China did not shoot her plane out of the sky. So you could see it as a win for the collective West, but more a win for the Biden administration. So now they look good. The only thing is that this has been kind of playing with a lot of people's lives, especially the Taiwanese, because now most likely, and this is my high octane speculation, we're going to see probably China just straight up invade Taiwan or really crack down on the situation. So they may not have shot her plane out of the sky, which would have lacked finesse, really. They're just going to probably roll right into Taiwan right now. And that was probably always the real, I think, idea of all of this. provoke China, because China does not want a Ukraine going on. They believe they own Taiwan. One can agree with that or not, but the Chinese, the CCP certainly believes that they do. Kind of like they believed that the Tibet belonged to them. Well, they weren't around quite yet, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, high octane speculation, we're going to see China roll right into Taiwan now, so that there's no chance of them having a Ukraine of their own to deal with, kind of like Russia is. Also, think about this. China and Ukraine, the BRIC nations, you got China has, of course, helped support Russia in its efforts in Ukraine. Well, wouldn't it just make sense if this has all been planned, reciprocity basically, and now China's like, hey, we got your back. You're kind of done with the Ukraine. You're going to roll through there and accomplish what you want. You're going to be rolling out soon. Now we're going to go into Taiwan, and we expect you to get our backs. So anyway, Nancy Pelosi, childish move. Maybe, sure, we got some good points for the administration. Now they look tough or something like that. But the thing is, though, China will just simply walk right in now and secure Taiwan, and that shit will never happen again. And who's going to suffer? The Taiwanese people. But don't think globalists don't think, we know they don't give a shit about that. Anyway, looking at the exchanges, the spot trading volume on the exchanges recently today, it was green earlier, it's red today. The crypto market, even with S&P 500 kind of pumping, Bitcoin has not really had the vigor I would have expected, but it's good enough. Anyway, exchange volume starting to trail off, as you can see over here on the right side. The 7-day graph, you can see the momentum trailing off in trading all spot trading pairs, trading volume here. It's trailing off hard today, and it never really got very green. So that's kind of weak. Looking at derivatives, yeah, very, very little long and short action happening on Binance. So anyway, market never that strong today, kind of weakening. Tomorrow might not be a strong day. I'll 1 sec. Let me actually put that backward. I'm sorry about that. Had a bit of something moved on me here. Come on, get back there. I'm not sure if you guys still see me. My screen has locked up on me. Hey everybody, I am back. One sec, let me share a screen. If this works, I'm just going to keep this video going. Sorry, everything crashed on me. So thank you for your patience if you are still here, if you're watching, or if you kind of watch later and you lived through that break in the action. Let's keep rocking here. We're just going to keep going right where we left off. All right, so here we go, checking it out. Of course, as we know, S&P 500 doing rather well today, quite impressive. Exchange volume for spot trading very, very low. Derivatives, basically longs versus shorts, very, very low too. Looking at the Bitcoin, Bitcoin price coming at 23,347. That ain't bad at all. It's creeping its way up. Looking at the top 100 cryptos, mostly totally neutral or slightly in the green. That's nice. They were in the green more earlier today, but volume on spot trading pairs across all the big exchanges is beginning to trail off. So I think this day has kind of had it for its push. I think it's kind of done what it's going to do. So if you're in positions and you're in the green, not financial advice, but might be time to sell to close and profit, put your stop in, and enjoy. Make the perfect grilled cheese for dinner or something like that. It's nice to see VeChain and ApeCoin doing good today. Who else did do well today? Uniswap was really on fire, and I do believe that good enough. Enough of all that. Okay, looking at longs versus shorts on Binance, where all the volume is. Longs versus shorts got 50% long, 50% shorts. I've never seen it perfect like that. Definitely indecisive. People are not sure what to do as far as long or short, which does explain why you have very low spot trading volume and also derivatives, longs and shorts volume. Ethereum 50% long, 49% short. That's a uncertain bias right there. So basically, no one knows which way things are going to go. Looking at Bitcoin right now on the 45-minute chart, Bitcoin versus Tether on Binance, you can see this is the 200 moving average right there, the white one. The bottom is the 314. It's a 45-minute chart. As you can see, here's the big deal. On the 45-minute chart, really for a good day, for really great trading action on alts, and when I kind of consider Bitcoin to be sparky, is when you get the 200 moving average cross on the 45-minute chart. As you can see, we had this beautiful run up here. Madrid ribbons went red, started to lose its velocity. That's when you would have sold right there. Then basically when you got about here, about the 200 moving average again, all looking good, you get in. Then of course your Madrid ribbons turn red, you start to turn down, you get out right there. If you play that and do nothing else, you can make money. I'm a firm believer in dollar cost averaging not being a good idea unless you're in a bullish market overall. And diamond hands is dumb. So buy when it makes important moving average crosses and it has upwards velocity. And when it begins to turn around, sell, and then just wait for your entry. And if you are a hardcore trader, white knuckles, you can never get enough. You're an adrenaline junkie. You don't believe in sleep. It's for losers. Then when you get about here, short until you get here. When it turns up, sell. And then close your short, get back in along. However you might want to do it. Anyway, but ultimately do realize that if you do trade in and out and you do sell when it turns around, you're just basically shorting with zero leverage. Good enough. I consider that to be a serious win right there also. This is white knuckle trading, not for the faint of heart and not for people who don't, who aren't kind of psycho and dig staring at charts all day. Anyway, looking at the 45-minute chart here, as you can see, Bitcoin has recently for a while, been giving it back. It kind of had a little bit of fight in it back here between like the 17th of February to about the 20th of March. It was kind of sideways, trying to fight, trying to make something happen, and kind of kicked off a little bit. Then, of course, it just couldn't hold it. It's been giving it back. You can see these little attempts at making it. So we'll see what happens. I love seeing Bitcoin make a move. I think this is a great time for it to make a move. It's after you give a lot back like this, you get this nice downwards trend, and you make a break, and you start moving up. That's when really the great time to get in is. That's like where the money is kind of at. 4-hour chart, you can see here. What I like right here is these big spikes in the 4-hour chart. This is volume. It's not buy and sell. It's like usually buy is green, red is sell. This blue candles here are low volume. Green is average volume. Yellow is above average, and red is like super volume. So as you can see here in this indicator, recently we do have some beautiful big spikes of volume, and even these yellow ones here tend to show most likely institutional money, big money trying to make it do something. You'll usually notice, like if you look back here, you can see the institutional money decided it was time for, by this extreme volume here, for Bitcoin to dump, and it did. They wanted a little bit of upwards movement right here. They did some volume, and it happened. So as you can see, we have this nice bit of volume right here. Nice bit of volume right here. Let's see what happens. It looks like the institutional money is trying to push Bitcoin above the 200 moving average here on a 4-hour chart, and it is above the 200 moving average. Let's see if it can keep going. It's an interesting chart. You could, if you want it to be, daring. I'm just looking at different time frames here. I mean, do note this. Where's my payload channel? You can very easily do a channel right here. And look at that. Bitcoin it's a beautiful upwards channel. I like it when you can actually even extend them like way back here. So this is a wonderful thing. Look at that. It's all about, you could probably really, if you're, daring, if you wanted to just play the Madrid ribbons here on the 4-hour chart. It's over at BitcoinDelete.com. You can see it's called the Madrid ribbon indicator. You could really also, and then looking at this, the RSI cave here that you see back here, this little RSI cave. And then also that's over at BitcoinDelete.com. You can find the indicator. And then of course this channel you've got here, you really could just sit and just be like, okay, boom, pushing the RSI cave, pushing the top of the channel, overextend it. I'm gonna hop out. Oh, good balance of the 200 moving average. I'm gonna stay in. Up, we're turning around. Maybe I'll get out here. Anyway, now which way are we gonna go? Here we don't know. That's why longs and shorts are kind of neutral. I think we'll definitely know which way Bitcoin is going to go. It kind of needs to either dump down here to the bottom, of the channel and then make a move again, or it needs to just kind of, or maybe it will, continue up and then bounce and do more of this. We'll see what happens. It's right in top of the right in the middle of the RSI cave. I do like looking at the directional index is in the green. ADX is a little low. ADX is right around 21. Let's wait till it gets to be about 23, 25. Let's see it get above that mid-range there. Stochastic RSI is showing overbought right now. And there's no big volume spike this moment actually pushing it one way or the other. So we are seeing overall some institutional, money probably coming in and making something happen. Just a matter of what do they want to happen. So anyway, I won't belabor it. Let's just take one more look here at this chart. As you can see on the daily chart here, you can see where this upwards channel does play out very well. Now I'm going to just delete all that stuff here. Let me nix that. Let's look at this like this. Daily chart, you can really see, look at that. You can see some nice big institutional money coming in, basically yellow and especially red. That's whale money pushing it, making Bitcoin do something. And it could be a pump or a dump. But right now it's a pump. I'll take it. Looking at something I haven't looked at for a little while here, actually, I haven't really thought of, is the MACD. Come on, open. MACD is still positive. Do note that. It had a tangent going down, but now it's kind of sideways. So daily MACD still positive. That's a good thing. We're hardly above the 20 WMA, but we are above the 50 moving average. That's pretty strong on the daily. A long ways to go to get above that 200 moving average at around 33,800 or so. 200 moving average is still quite a ways away, but still. It's going to be above the 50. Got some institutional money coming in. I like it. Let's see what their plan is. While I'm looking at this, okay, I want to look at this. So I do want to fire up that Fibonacci sequence that I've been doing like many times over. Going way back here to like March of 2020. We had that. We went down into like the 3Ks. If we look, it does appear to me that this Fibonacci sequence really does stick pretty well. And you can see that the 786 Fib level here has definitely been in play before, and it has been now. And we're making a nice bounce off the 786. And if you look, you could just right now do a channel, and you could say, well, I'm going to get I'm going to take a tremendous amount of creative license with this channel, okay? So just bear with me. But you could kind of see where, like, bam, we do have a upwards channel from the 786, and 786 is a very respectable place to bounce from. I kind of like that, because if you bounce off the 618, Up here, the golden pocket, strong, really, really good. 786, you've given even more back, so you're probably going to bounce even harder. And I will note that if we do note, if we can get back into the 618, notice how the 618 right here, the 618 golden pocket, and the 618 in general has really been in play before for Bitcoin. And we really, for a while, we were trying to stay above that 618 fib right around like 12th of May till like the 10th of June. We were trying to stay above it, but we could not do it. We fell through. So when we get back in that 618 golden pocket, which is between the 618 and the 650 fib level. So once we get above like 26,720 or so, and we get back in that golden pocket zone, that might start to be support. So I would not be surprised if we can break like 26,000, 26,800, 26,500. Maybe we'll start to find some support in that golden pocket of the 618. Once we get above 28,795 or 20,000 or 28,800 or so, then definitely that's going to be support. I think we're going to be on the way back up at that point. So, I mean, like I say, if I am allowed, great creative liberties here with an upwards channel, I think it exists off the 786. This is the daily chart, and this really goes from like 18th of June all the way through to now, like the 4th of August. So we have an upwards channel forming. I think it's most likely going to stick around. Looking at Lun C, this is Terra Classic. This guy took a hit not too long ago. But here's the thing. I'm mentioning this because there's definitely a good deal of people, some people looking at this. It has given a lot back. This is looking at it where I'm looking at it here. I'm looking at this on KuCoin. Does have a nice USDT pair with it. So as you can see, definitely had this beautiful run up way back in June of 2022 between like the 26th, gosh, and like the 29th. My gosh, that was massive. What was that anyway? Let's see. That was like 160% in 3 days. So that was pretty massive. Anyway, ever since then, it gave a lot back, as you can see here. Obviously, gave a lot back. Made a push here. Really did not amount to very much. Dumped again below the 200. Just made a push again. One thing I like that I'm seeing as far as like this chart is not really exciting, TA wise, but people have different reasons for wanting to get into Terra and why they think it may make a move. Something I do really like seeing is this. These are blitzes. These blue diamonds. They mean you cross the 200 and the 314 moving average on this 45-minute chart within like 3 candles, which is a lot of velocity. And I just get all my fancy little indicators going here. Yeah. So if we look, we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blitzes in a relatively short amount of time. We had one great big takeoff here. It gave it all back, but it did find support on the 314 moving average and the 200, kind of bounced between. It's finding support on the 200. These little pink squares, these are crosses above the 200 moving average with one candle. Well, a candle going above the 200 moving average. So, right here, if I was to look at this, kind of expand this a little bit. This is right in here. This is really showing it's lending towards the desire for some upwards velocity. So let's watch Terra. Go to a 4-hour chart where you can see a little bit more. Okay, let me actually try to look at this indicator here a little bit closer. Yeah, see on the 4-hour chart, you can see definitely, you see the red candles there and the yellow candles? That was institutional money. That was big money coming in and pushing Terra Luna. And what they oftentimes do is they come in and like they do something like this, and you see how it reflects here. And they just walk away. And when you start seeing blue candles, that's incredibly low volume. So they make it do something, then they split. They leave it to the retail traders to complete their plans. Anyway, so now we are between the 200 and the 314 moving average. Directional index is in the green. Index is in the right spot. Squeeze indicator is not really showing upwards velocity yet. SMU binary candles are not really showing upwards velocity yet. KRI is not. Stochastic RSI does show oversold. Let's see what happens. I'm just kind of looking at this because there are people who have interest in it out there, and well, let's just see what it does. Yep, it's not an exciting chart, but there are reasons why some people do believe this guy's going to start taking off. So I won't divulge all their little secrets, but this is one to watch. If I do a fib sequence, you look at that. It's right there hanging out on the top of the 618 golden pocket. And 618 is a very, very respectable spot to bounce. So let's see what happens. And as you can see, this does kind of respect the this fib sequence, which is good. It's pretty sticky with the fib levels. So we're riding that 618 golden pocket. Right now, looking at the indicators, I'm not exactly excited by this as far as if I was going to trade at this very moment, but it does definitely have some. I would keep it on my watch list and watch her move up and watch her move above the 200 moving average there on the 45-minute chart, right around 10500, 10,500 sats there. And once it gets above that, if it finds support, kind of like this run here, like this could have been it right here, but it didn't keep it. If it can get above that 200 moving average, come down, find support, and keep going, get above that like 0.50 fib level, which we'll probably struggle with for a little bit unless it really pumps hard. It might find a resistance there. Anyway, like I say, I'm looking at this for some people that are interested in it. Good chance. It's on my watch list. Let's see what happens. Ruin. I love Thorchain only because of the name. I have no idea what it does, but this guy's been great. It made a bounce of the 200 moving average way back here on 2nd of July, and it's just been riding up and down, and it's gotten 200 moving average bounces recently, but it bounced off. It kind of recovered off both those pretty hard. Let's see what happens. I mean, do watch out, because even though we have like a let's say this is like this would be a higher low right here compared to that. We do have like lower highs. So this is kind of like it's doing one of these guys here. It doesn't exactly stick perfectly. I'm trying too hard. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. Let's watch this thing. It's going to eventually break out of that wedge pattern. Let's see what it does. In general, the chart's not too inspiring. Let's just see what it does. It did make some gains today, but until it breaks it above that wedge and gets some better indicators, I'm not too excited with Ruin. But Ruin, one to watch. It's an alt that's doing well. If you'd gotten in it back here and just, well, you probably wouldn't have stayed in it because it's gone red too many times. But anyway, Ruin. Sorry, a little bit low energy today. I did not sleep last night much at all. Just wasn't in the mood for it. Kava USDT. This one, I love it. It made a break above the 200 moving average in the 314. Got a blue diamond there, and it's been moving up ever since. It's strong. It's not getting too far above the 200 moving average. It's seeing lots of purple candles, showing 3 candles in a row with upwards movement. Let's see the big money coming in. You can see some nice institutional money. That's beautiful. Directional index is in the green. ADX is in the right spot. Squeeze indicators firing up again. Binary candles are blue. KRI is green. It's got scar size in the right spot. This is a good trade. It will probably come down a little bit. Back to the moving 8, this red moving average right there, you might see it, and then it'll probably continue up. So I will probably watch this one. This is, in my opinion, a pretty solid trade. I don't see why it would not continue. Like I say, not financial advice, but Kava USDT, feeling pretty strong about this one. This is a nice chart. I would like it to give a little bit more time to mature and see what it's going to do, but maybe I might even like layer in a little bit on that one right now. CTX USDT, this one, yeah, forget it. Boom. Okay, here we go. Sol versus USDT. What I noticed about this, if I look at the 4-hour chart here, Sol had some bad news earlier today. The wallet hacked, basically. The Solana wallet hack. Here's what we know so far. It was the Slope and Phantom wallet. Some just wild stuff happened. Bad scene. a good deal of these software wallets got siphoned over Solana. So bad day, 4.5 million so far they know about. Bad day for Solana, not too beautiful. But if we do look overall, yeah, the chart did dump on that. But on the 4-hour chart here, though, it did bounce off the 200 moving average, and it really has not been that bad. So, I mean, indicators are kind of almost beginning to turn up a little bit. So, yeah, we definitely had a sell-off. It definitely did hurt Solana a bit. But overall, other than a bit of a dump, which was not that great, it bounced off the bottom of the RSI cave. It's been moving up. It's starting to trail off right now because the market's volume is trailing off for the day. But overall, I think Solana, it's probably going to recover and get above that 200 moving average at around 42 pretty soon and continue moving up. I know this is a bad scene for Solana, but it really has not dumped the price to any great extent. So with that said, sorry this was kind of slow. Hope I got the point across. And sorry I can't get more jazzed about Lun C, but I would say though, for real, it's in the right spot. It pumped, it came down in this initial pump we had a little while ago, back the like 26th of June to like the 29th of June. Did set the stage for a great fib sequence to be drawn, which it has really stuck with since then. It's below the 200 moving average on a 45-minute on the 4-hour chart. I don't like seeing that too much, but it is poised here, sitting on the 618. Definitely a place you could bounce. Let's see what happens. As you can see, it's been sideways. If I look here, it has been pretty much, sideways for quite a while. So with spurts of institutional money making it do things. So, if I was to, this is high octane speculation, okay, but looking at this chart and having looked at charts do the similar kind of pattern before, sideways, right near the 200 moving average, really they're not like in the game or out of it. This to me looks like big money accumulation, just total conjecture, okay, but just I'm just guessing there. Looking at just recognizing patterns I've seen before, the way things played out. Looking at the 4-hour chart, 45-minute chart. Yep, like I say, we're starting to see these blitzes above the 200 and 314 at the same time. Little blue Barbies, or little blue squares as we call them, breaking that 200 moving average. That's every time a candle does that. This definitely, we could see another explosion upwards. Chart is kind of poised for it. Directional X is in the green. ADX is too low. Yeah, ADX is way down at like some ridiculous level, like 6.6. Let's get to 20 and let's get some upwards movement and let's see what happens. Anyway, guys, that's all I can tell you. It's not an exciting chart, but if you believe in some of the fundamentals, some of the things that are happening to Solana, not Solana, but Terra Classic right now, Lun C, if you think there might be plans for this thing to pump, well, it's sitting in the right spot to do it. So, as always, remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist cries, and we need them crying right now because the Great Reset, it's either going to be the Great Reset or the Great Awakening. I'm hoping on the Great Awakening, and definitely if you're stacking sats, you're a part of that.